بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. My dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. We send blessings and salutations upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And today's topic, inshallah, will be a topic that I have been long waiting to teach and I've been long waiting to share, my knowledge with you and etc. So on. Today's topics is about something called in Arabic language al-aham qabla al-muhim. Al-aham qabla al-muhim is an Arabic mustalah. It is an Arabic, you know, saying which means the most important, the most crucial things, the very important things before the important things. What we are referring to by this is that, we have a lot of things in our life that we should discuss and that we should speak about, and we are not by any way or in any way saying that some of these topics are not important. No, we are saying that there is a priority, there is a ranking of importance of these things, and we should speak about the most important things, the crucial things, before we speak about the later or the other important things. And you know, this is like one of the great teachings about Ummah. One of the things that our scholars say, it is a betrayal to our Ummah, to our family, big family of Muslims, to keep drowning in a sea of arguments about secondary issues. Issues that do matter, but they do not matter as the primary issues, as the crucial matters. And like one of the great teachers of this ummah said, هذه مسائل اختلف فيها السابقون وتنازع فيها اللاحقون ولا أمل أن يتفق فيها المعاصرون. These secondary issues that today we find a lot of people betraying our ummah, and we are arguing about these things and we are drowning in a sea of arguments about are things that the Arabic saying says the ancient, scholars, people have differed upon. The current scholars and people fight upon it. So, no, this is correct. No, this is not correct. That is the wrong answer. That is the right answer. And to add even one more category, there is no hope for the common people, for the people in the future, whether that be scholars, whether that be, brothers, whether that be our sisters. There is no hope for the people coming to agree upon these things. We argue and we fight upon these things and upon these matters while we fail to address the major problems of our ummah. And this is the issue with, arguing about all of these issues and topics. What Dr. Yusuf al-Qaradawi, rahimahullah, is referring to is what is known as the science of jurisprudence. هذا هو فقه الأولويات. That is the name of it in Arabic. I want you to imagine with me. I'm going to give you a little analogy to imagine this whole issue. Think of a jug to store water. Now, this jug represents the time that we have. After this jug, I need you to imagine some pebbles and rocks of finger-sized rocks. They represent the crucial topics, the most important topics. And then after that, I want you to think of some very smooth soil or sand stored in a different container or in a different jug or whatever you want to store it in. And this sand and soil represent the topics that do matter, but they are not crucial. They are not primary. These are the secondary matters. Now, the first thing that we should go through is if we as an ummah use our time in discussing matters that are considered secondary in the fiqh or in the science of Islam of jurisprudence. These will be matters such as whether a woman should cover her face or not, arguing about whether listening to songs and music is haram or is it not haram. And then we debate whether men must grow their beard or is it a sunnah and that therefore they can shorten it. Then we spend time discussing whether it is forbidden to pluck the eyebrows or not. What you will realize and what we will see is that we are filling the jug or the container with soil and with sand. And what you will eventually come to realize is that you will not have time. You will not have the time to fill that jug or that container with the rocks and with the pebbles, which represent the important things in our, religion, in our lives. And yeah, however, if we use that same amount of time, so we use that same jug, but we prioritize the crucial matters, and we put, the rocks inside that jug first. And these matters could be things like how to attain khushu', your tranquility in the prayer, and how to submit in your prayer, how to prevent bribery, which is an issue in many of the Muslim countries, and in fact, in most of the non-Muslim countries, it's also an issue, you know. And we should be educated ourselves on the acts of worship like the prayer, the siyam, hajj, etc. And we also really need to learn and understand how we treat Muslims and non-Muslims fairly, with respect, with kindness. How can we share and spread the beauty of Islam? It is a big blessing to be Muslims. We need to share that. What you will find is that you have enough time to add the sand in between the rocks. And I hope you can really understand this analogy, because it is a really beautiful analogy. Now, يجب تحديد الأولويات الأهم قبل المهم. We have to, my dear brothers and sisters, you know, rearrange, reevaluate, reorganize our priorities, and we have to put the crucial matters first, and then we put the important matters afterwards, if the time is sufficient. This is what our forefathers did. This is what the Sahaba did. They spent time discussing, the very crucial matters, and as a result, they became better human beings. They grew more educated, and only once they established rule and they conquered the world did they start discussing the matters to do with beards, music, hijab, etc., etc. This is what the Muslim Ummah did during its glory and during its greatest times. And if we want to get to those times, if we want to once again be an Ummah that is known for, our positivity, an ummah that is known for our productivity, an ummah that is known for, doing good and bringing good, then we need to definitely focus on the things that are crucial before the things that are maybe less crucial in that sense or in that manner. And with that, my dear brothers and sisters, there is a final thing that I want to leave you with, and it is a thought that I need every single one of you to reflect on. The month of Ramadan, which is a month that is very beloved to many of us, and myself, it is my favorite month, and I'm sure it will be the case for many others, is only 2 months and a half away, and Ramadan is approaching us very fastly. So I will leave you with today's thought based on the topic. A part of the science of jurisprudence during Ramadan is our connection and interaction with the Holy Quran. So I want to leave you with this question. Which is better? To read and do khitam, the completion of the Quran without tadabbur, reflection, or to read just one ayah of the Quran in the whole of the 30 days of Ramadan, reflecting on it with tadabbur, implementing it into your life. Imam Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah beautifully answers us by saying, فَقِرَاءَةُ آيَةٍ بِتَفَكُّرٍ وَتَدَبُّرٍ خَيْرٌ مِّن قِرَاءَةِ خَتْمَةٍ بِغَيْرِ تَدَبُّرٍ. The reading of one ayah with tadabbur and reflection, implementing the lessons into your life, implementing, the teachings into your life, is way better for you than reading the whole Quran and completing it without tadabbur. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.